and welcome back to the Wonder Woman Project. In today's video, I am so excited to bring you an interview with cosmetic chemist and skincare formulator Terri Vinson. Now, Terri travels the world sharing her wealth of knowledge at skincare conferences, and now she's written a book called Skinformation, a clean science guide to beautiful skin. In my chat with Terri, we dive deep into myth-busting the ingredients that go into our skincare. We look at what ingredients we should be putting on our skin and what ingredients we should avoid. I do encourage you to stick around to the end, where Terri, who looks amazing at the age of 57, shares with us her own personal skincare routine. Welcome, Terri Vinson. I'm so excited to have you on the Wonder Woman Project. Congratulations on your new book. I've got a copy of it here, Skinformation.
I'm so proud of this. This is such a big thing for me. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm terrified.
It's going to save us hours and hours on Google of just trying to find.
Excellent. Do you know what? If it's one of those things you have, on your sofa or by your bed and you just want to dip into it, or you want to read it from cover to cover or give it to your daughter or your best friend, then I think it's the book served its purpose. As a woman, as a mum, and basically as a human, I want to make sure that what I formulate is as safe as possible. So I do have my list of ingredients that I deem as questionable. It's not to say that you put, say for example, I won't formulate with paraben preservatives because there have been certain links with breast cancer, some of it inconclusive, and also mimicking estrogen. So my choice is, as a scientist, not to formulate with that ingredient. That's not to say that somebody may be using parabens in their moisturiser for 30 years and not have any ill effects. But if you are compromised in any way and this ingredient may have an effect on you, then why not go for an alternative? So my opinion is I have a list of ingredients. It's quite exhaustive that I will not have in my laboratory. But I'm not saying that they're going to kill you in a year or in one dose. It's that I won't use them. And some of those include paraben preservatives, phenoxyethanol, phthalate, that actually enhance the smell of a perfume, artificial fragrance, artificial colour. The list goes on. One I won't use, actually, here's something that I do have a major issue with, is the chemical sunscreen called oxybenzone, because that is having an effect on our coral reef. It's causing sterility in our coral, and it's actually been banned in Palau and Hawaii. I think that natural has a place, and organic, for a certain person. And I do think that's great. It's very nurturing. But in my opinion, a lot of the stuff that really is effective and really packs the punch, you have to go for the evidence-based science in the formulation. The other thing is organic is very, very hard to formulate with. You have to have certifications for virtually every ingredient. So a lot of the products that we think are organic may have a few organic ingredients, but not everything's organic. So if you're a purist, it's really difficult to get that product. I'm trying to encourage the reader to understand that it's not necessarily natural that's going to be the answer to skincare. You've got to take the best of science and the laboratory. Sometimes synthetically made ingredients are great because they're more sustainable and they're more pure. And there's a fantastic safety profile. If you combine that evidence-based stuff with the natural stuff, you've nailed it in terms of skincare, in my opinion. Our industry, scarily enough, is unregulated. The skincare industry is unregulated. That's why you can go to fates and markets in the country and markets in these trendy places around Australia, and they'll say preservative-free moisturiser. That really scares me. Anytime you have water present in a product, even if it's sealed really well, you have to have a preservative. You have to. Now, there's some really safe ones out there, but to say this is preservative free, you're asking for a staph infection in your eye, you're asking for all sorts of problems, and it won't last. You need to preserve the effectiveness of a product.
collagen in skincare, that seems to be a real buzz at the moment. Is that going to really build collagen in our skin, or even consuming collagen?
Nope. Look, can I just talk about collagen? It's a bit of a bugbear, and I'm going to get on my soapbox, so just indulge me for a couple of minutes. Taking a collagen supplement doesn't go straight to the skin. That's a total myth. Even hydrolyzed collagen, which is broken down, it's still going to end up as small particles. So it's a great protein source, but it's a very, in my opinion, very expensive protein source. I'd actually rather eat a lovely piece of organic chicken or turkey, or some good quality plant protein. So a collagen molecule is not going to penetrate the skin. What it can do is it can sit on the top of the skin and plump up the dead cells on the surface, just a little bit like putting a raisin in a glass of water. It's going to plump for a little while, and then you leave it out in the sun and it turns back into a raisin. So it's very surface. The only way you can stimulate collagen beneath the skin is to get very, very small, tiny particles, which are peptides, which are pieces of protein, or certain ingredients that stimulate collagen, like certain types of vitamin A and niacinamide. So we need to stimulate it with tiny molecules that get to those little cells that make the collagen in the first place, and they're really, really far down and deep in the skin. I think this is the next big thing. I really do. I've been using a mixture of pre and probiotics on my skin for well over 2 years now. And when you think you have your skincare routine down pat, and I thought, no, look, I don't know that this is going to make much of a difference because I'm not breaking out anymore. I'm much older. But I noticed my skin just looked more luminous, even after a few weeks of using pre and probiotics. And I think just like we look after our guts with pre and probiotics, so should we look after our skin. Look, I'm concerned. I have a healthy level of concern for using growth factors in skincare. So what happens is growth factors can be great, and stem cells can be great when targeted in the right way. But the problem is growth factors in skincare, if they're tiny and they actually work, they're going to create an environment where the cells want to reproduce and grow and proliferate, which is wonderful if we want collagen more collagen to be made by our cells in our body. But what happens if we've got an underlying cancer cell, not even melanoma, just even a benign cancer? You add growth factors to a cell that's already wanting to proliferate, and it might go crazy. So my concern is with growth factors, I would steer clear of them until there's more research done. The other thing, stem cells, again, a whole cell, I don't believe you can keep that viable in a product. It's a bit like the whole bacteria thing. And the other problem is when they're using cells from vegetables and fruits, I don't believe that those cells are compatible with human cells. So I've got a few issues with stem cells, and I don't really think they're going to work as effectively. However, I have major problems with growth factors personally as a scientist. Every single woman and man in their skincare routine, in my opinion, who is concerned with anti-aging needs 3 skin vitamins and sunscreen. So vitamin A as retinol, or there's a new player on the block called HPR, short for hydroxypinacolone retinoate, which is a fantastic new form of vitamin A. If you see it, get it. Vitamin B3 in the form of niacinamide, my absolute favourite cosmeceutical. It is just the multitasker of all cosmeceuticals, and if you want me to explain how the 3 work, I will. And vitamin C. So A, B and C, I use vitamin C in the morning and I use vitamin A and B at night, and absolutely every single day the sunscreen. We do know that. We also know that it contributes to pigmentation issues, and particularly melasma, which is a chronic pigmentation problem. In terms of our laptops, our screens, etc., it's not as damaging as going out in the sun. Blue light from solar radiation is much more intense. However, the number of hours we're spending in front of a screen is escalating. And I'd say since the start of the year, since COVID, our screen time is probably quadrupled at minimum, even watching Netflix. So I'm aware of it, and I'm glad that during my work day, I'm at work now, I'll be wearing my blue light protection in front of my screen all day. Health and wellness is paramount to me because I fully intend to be around. I want to be a centenarian, but I want to be a centenarian with a quality of life. So I'm now in my mid-50s, and I'm doing everything in my power to stay as healthy as I possibly can. I exercise every day within limits because the gyms aren't open in Melbourne, but I walk, I run 2 or 3 times a week. I also have a vibrational trainer, a Hypervibe, which looks a bit weird, but I love it, and it exercises my muscles in a really gentle way. So I try and do that every other day. So important. Health in terms of nutrition. I take supplements. My daughter laughs at me because I've got a tackle box of supplements that I have to take every day. And the other thing I do, which I really enjoy, and it's a bit of a relaxation for me, is I have a home LED light, which I lie under for about 10 to 15 minutes every couple of days, and I try and meditate. I'm hopeless at meditating, but I do try, and that helps with skin renewal as well. So just the whole thing, and try and stay happy and not stressed, but that's difficult. I wish I could say there's an answer to that, but I try.
I mean, you look positively glowing, amazing for mid-50s, as you said.
58 in January.
58, wow, amazing. So can you just share as a little secret what your go-to routine is?
Sure, okay. So I obviously use a good gentle cleanser morning and night. And I have have you heard of a Foreo, those little vibrating cleansing silicone things?
Yes, I have, yeah.
I have one of those in the shower, so that actually stimulates the blood flow in the morning. So then hopping out of the shower, I use a pre and probiotic serum. Then I use pure vitamin C crystals, about 20% mixed with water in my hand, pat it on my face. Then I use what's called a super serum, which is a mixture of beautiful anti-aging peptides and marine botanicals, marine ingredients and botanicals, and some laboratory-made ingredients as well. And then I add to that an eye serum and my moisturizer, anti-aging moisturizer. Now I don't put on a sunscreen in the morning in a moisturizer unless I'm going makeup free. So what I use as my sunscreen is my mineral makeup. So that's what I'm wearing today. And that's my morning routine. My evening routine is cleanse again. Again, I use my pre and probiotic pre-serum. Then I use my vitamin B, vitamin A, eye cream again, and anti-aging moisturizer, and then off to bed I go. And it sounds like a bit of a routine, but literally I can do each of those in less than 5 minutes. And if I'm waiting for my serums to absorb, I just brush my teeth in one bit, maybe put the washing on in another, and love it. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I use one of those home rolling devices, and that actually creates tiny little channels in my skin to get the serums to absorb better. And you can walk around while you're doing it with one hand, and that I did that for a couple of minutes before I put my serums on.
Thank you so much for sharing your wealth of knowledge with us today, Terry. It really has been fantastic talking to you, and congratulations on the book. I wish you all the best with it.
And I can have my best skin because of my knowledge, but I want to pass that on. So, it's just about passing on the knowledge and making us everybody feel the best version of themselves they can. Yes,
I agree. The Wonder Woman motto. Be the best version of ourselves that we possibly can be. So on that note,
you did a great job too.
Oh, thank you. As you said, it's empowering people. It's inspiring people in their health and wellness, and to be the best versions of themselves. What an amazing woman Terri Vinson is. And if you're into your health and your skincare, I highly recommend you get a copy of her book, Skinformation, A Clean Science Guide to Beautiful Skin. It launches on November the 1st, and I will leave a link in the description box below. Well, thanks for joining me here on the Wonder Woman Project. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.